Hello there, welcome back to Crusader Kings 3, A Game of Thrones. I am recording this just before part 1 goes live, so I haven't seen your guys' comments yet, but hopefully you enjoyed the first episode. We are back for part 2 today, and I think I need to work on seducing the wife. But first, let's unpause. We have some sieging going down in Raventree. Where are you guys at war? 3 years to siege that. Good luck, my friends, good luck. But I think we should seduce the wife today. I'm not endorsed by my Septon. I think we're actually swaying him right now. Yes, we are. So I tell you what, in 3 months, once we are done swaying him, why don't we then try to seduce the wife? Because I really need to try and secure myself a son, don't I? That would be useful. Famine fever has spread. Right. Is that another new plague? It looks like the crossing pox is fading and leaving us. It killed 94 people. Wow. That was a little bit brutal. I don't know where the famine fever is. I don't think it's near us, though. As I patiently await the fetching of my clothes, a servant stutters. My lord, no one can find your garments. I am surrounded by incompetence, I mutter, storming from my bedchamber. It's in the nursery of my daughter, Tilly, that I discover not only my raiments, but also the girl's wet nurse. I had no part in it, my liege. She dressed herself. Liza responds with a giggle. Oh, should I call her the princess of fashion? Maybe I don't have time for this because I'm impatient. Do you know what, Tilly? You shall now be known as the princess of fashion. She actually gains opinion of me for 13 months, which is kind of funny. But she will be the princess of fashion. Hopefully I can get a son. Famine fever is spread. And I did just manage to sway my Septon. So is he giving me gold now? 0 gold. Do we even have any temples? No, we don't. We only have a city. Okay, so we don't actually need to have our Septon liken us at all, do we? Right. That's fine. At least he won't join any hostile schemes, hopefully. Let's try and seduce the wife. I could befriend her. But I think seduction first, friendship later. I must not waste this opportunity that my father has given me. And I must generate sons and more daughters so that our family and our bloodline is secure for the future. Famine fever has spread again. I wish you could kind of just click on that and it teleports you to wherever it is. I don't know why I'm getting notifications for it if it's all the way down in the reach. Maybe because it's also part of our empire. Maybe. One of our knights here, the warden of, I forget what it's called, the Old House Mud Castle. What is it called again? Old Stones, there we go. He has improved his prowess for us as well. As a scholar of the diplomatic arts, I am well aware of the power of an eloquent compliment. Showing admiration for a woman's best quality is a sure path to her heart. I shall write a letter to Jane, complimenting her noble and loyal nature, ambition and lust for life, spontaneously and vigor, I can't say that, assertive, powerful presence. What do I think she is? I mean, she's a little bit arrogant and a little bit rude. I think she has an assertive and powerful presence. Let's pick that one. And there we go. Our compliment was well received. Hopefully, we shall generate many children with one another to succeed me once my time eventually comes. But we're a young lad. We don't have to worry about that yet, hopefully. Hurry, my liege. You have to hear this. The wet nurse Liza rushes me into my daughter and heir's chambers. Liza points at Tilly in excitement, so I lean towards her. But the knight looks like Tilly has a martial spirit. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. So she can increase her martial by 1. What else can she say? She gains a little bit of stress, but we're gonna push her. Right now, she is my only daughter. And I guess I haven't seen your guys' names yet. So I guess I will pick her education, and then I'll just kind of pick a name that aligns up with one of your guys' requests. Martial and intrigue. I think we're actually going to put her on intrigue. Just because my thinking is that maybe we can teach her the ways of intrigue and she can protect her future brothers and sisters once the time comes. Greetings, Lord Jon of Hammerford. I have heard good things about you, and I am interested in starting a written conversation. I hope that this letter finds you winning, for I am awaiting your swift reply. Lord Courtney Penrose. He is all the way down in the Stormlands. Wow. I will start exchanging letters, but this has piqued my interest for sure in why you would want to open a diplomatic path. But we'll see what he has to say. Greetings, Lord Jon of Hammerford. Thank you for your swift response. I am looking forward to our correspondence. Please, I implore you, pick the first subject for us to discuss. I think the finer points of etiquette would be a very good discussion point. We are a diplomatic character, so I think that makes the most sense. We have 126 gold. We are getting closer to affording the hospices. The charming Lord Jon, are you trying to make me feel like an idiot? Your last letter was so full of obscura, I could not follow one sentence in three. And to think, I used to value your friendship. Ah, he's a man of martial. Okay, oops. I guess we have failed to open a line of dialogue here, and he's not very impressed at all. Now, I really want to marry off Tilly for an alliance, but the problem is we don't have a son yet, so I need to wait till we possibly have a son. Bound by blood. Personal scheme success chance plus 25% against family members. You are able to use the rescue house member casus belli, and we are able to use the unify house casus belli. The latter two probably not so useful, but personal scheme against family members would be nice. Although I don't think my wife counts as a family member, does she? Possibly not. The celebrations had come to an end, and the evening's entertainment seemed to be over when Lady Jane suggested a reading. A clerk soon arrives, wondering what the guests would like to hear, and I see my chance to impress her. I think we should be entertained. Let us discuss stories of rubies and iron. As the clerk reached for us, Jane seemed completely engrossed. She later approaches me. Good choice, Jon, she says, and brushes off her dress. It was great, wasn't it, my wife? Oh, guys, I can feel many babies on the horizon. I'm having much more success in Crusader Kings 3 than real life, apparently. I am out riding my dog Blackriver beside me when he suddenly runs off into the wetlands. My retinue assures me he will come back, but what if he doesn't? I am not a patient man. Heel, Blackriver, I said heel. Get back here, you little scoundrel. Hopefully we can recover him. I searched for a long time, but not a sign of Blackriver can be found. As we ride back, the empty space beside my horse makes something inside of me ache. Has he gone? Did we lose our dog? Surely he shall return, right? I mean, we were out adventuring in the wetlands, patrolling for bandits and raiders, but my dog has gone missing. They are a dangerous place. You never know. He could have fallen into the wrong bog, the wrong puddle. Hopefully he returns. The servants have all been sent away and our bed has been decorated with roses. As Lady Jane enters our chambers, she smiles unwarily and joins me without any hesitation. With the help of hands, mouth, and limbs, we reaffirm the devotion we swore before the seven who are one. Perhaps in a more carnal fashion than intended. As we are united in marriage, we are now united in heart. She becomes my lover, and she gains even more opinion of me. So, she should fall pregnant, I hope. Let's just wait a little bit before we romance her to become soulmates, because then we can get another event where we lay with her. Who should we befriend this time? Befriending my septum would be cool. Although, no, we can't befriend him because we already failed. What about my admiral? Let us try to befriend him. We are a very charming fella, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Camp fever has spread. That's in the Westerlands. That is spreading fast as well. And Lady Jane, my wife, has become pregnant. Hopefully a nice strong lad and a nice strong son here. What map am I looking for? The plague? Oh, Camp fever is over here in Harrenhal. Okay. So are there Lannisters in Harrenhal? Possibly. I arrived back at my castle after a long, lonely walk. Another year passed, another year older. I was born this day, 33 years ago. The older I get, the more I cherish the relationships I've cultivated over the years. So it saddens me that I have not heard from my wife Jane, or any of my friends today. I trudge along to my chambers, loneliness impeding my lazy feet, when I hear a clang and hushed whispers from down the hallway. What could this be at this hour? Intruders? What a surprise! All my nearest and dearest friends have come together to wish me well as I begin the next year of life. There is even an entire table laden with pomegranate cakes, my favorite. Here I was thinking that everyone had forgotten about me. I cannot believe that Jane went to all the trouble of arranging this in secret. I had not a clue. Such a thoughtful surprise was being planned at all. My friend Raymar approaches me, struggling to carry 3 beautifully wrapped packages. My best friend, in fact. Let's not forget. Let's see. Ever the trickster, he says, I've 3 gifts here for the choosing. One shall be yours, but which shall it be? I mean, I'm fickle, and I am struggling to choose one, so I think we nailed the personality traits here. I think I would go for the middle one. The medium-sized one would be perfect. And I have received a sponge on a stick. What? The origin and purpose are unclear, but it emits a faint, unpleasant odor. We get a tiny health penalty, but we get child opinion. I think, although I appreciate the kind gesture, let us return this to the shops and pick up our refund. We'll get 40 gold, and at least this way, we can now build our first upgrade in Hammerford. Now, the hospices would be nice. We get a little bit of tax, but it's only 0.1, but the plague resistance is very nice. We get some piety as well, but I wonder if it's just better. We don't have apiaries, so it's probably just watermills or windmills that we want to build. Wetland farms, and they don't give us much either. I forget how little gold you can get in this mod. So these cost 200 actually, so let's hold off a little bit longer, and we're going to build a windmill or one of these. Robert's pox has spread once more. Is that a new Robert's pox, I wonder? Sorry about the lag there. It only lags at certain levels, I realize, of Zoom. Robert's pox is over here. Okay, we don't have to deal with this. I think I would stop checking on the plagues, and we'll just see if one spawns near us. Then we have to worry about it. Right, we do need a guardian for Tilly. Is she traveling? It said she was traveling for some reason. Why is she traveling? I'm not traveling, but she is. Right, we're not going to be able to get a guardian for her yet. She is in Hook Bay while traveling, but it doesn't say why she's traveling. Has her mother taken her on a trip? And what's this? Twins? Twin sons? Oh, Jane, you have been so brave, so strong. Words cannot describe my love for you. And now we have two perfect little boys. Wow. So they are twins as well. And they get twin opinion. Right, let's go ahead and pin both of those. I do not have names for them yet, or education focuses. But once I see your suggestions from part 1, I will rename them, hopefully in time for part 3. But we do have twin boys now, which means I can marry off Tilly, because the bloodline is somewhat secure. The first time it happened, I barely even gave it a moment's thought, but my Septon Horace has grown bolder. His challenges no longer pass unnoticed at the council table. He has tested my limits. The others are sure to follow, unless I give him a taste of his own medicine. Oh, I am a diplomat. How is the... I think... let us ignore him and steal his ideas. I failed to manipulate him, so he has lost a little bit of opinion of me, which kind of sucks. Right, Tilly, are you back yet? Tilly is actually wounded. I don't know what she's doing in Hook Bay, but it's not very good for her, is it? Okay, she has returned. Let's pause and get her educated. She might have been meeting peers, actually. I think that would make sense. So we want to educate you, and we did decide to go intrigue, didn't we? Forrest has 20 intrigue. And he is my friend, so I do trust him to educate my daughter. So let's get her educated, and then let's see. I do think we're going to have to find... Did we have any houses? So we're already allied to you. You do have a son. He's only 1 year old, or 14 years old. I think my liege doesn't want an alliance. What about this house? House Shane's here. They don't have a son, unfortunately. We do have our neighbors in Hook Bay. House Keith. In fact, Lord Jonah of House Keith here in Hook Bay. He is only 10 years old and he is not married. He does have 1,000 men. It would be nice if our neighbors were allies and not hostile. Why don't I see if he wants to take my daughter's hand in marriage? There we go. Let's go for Tilly and then Lord Jonah. He would accept, in fact. So let us send off the proposal and we shall secure ourselves one more ally. We almost have 200 gold as well, which is very nice. To the modest John, I gladly accept your betrothal proposition. Your daughter Tilly and I will be the best couple ever. I realized I was doing an old man's voice, but the lad's only 10. Maybe he started smoking at an early age. We'll see. And I have made a friend with Sefton. After having a delightful conversation over dinner. Oh, my admiral. Yes, of course. After learning that Sefton would be guesting at a manor in the castle town of Hammerford, I realized that it would be the perfect occasion to meet with him. On my request, I was seated next to him for the duration of dinner, and we both had a great time. I was surprised at how much we had to talk about. By the time I left, it felt as though we had known each other a lifetime already. What a pleasant man. What a pleasant friend. Right. So now, if we go back to my wife, I should be able to romance her. It's not a very high chance. Why? So, it doesn't say why. I get +5 and +50, right. I mean, let us start the scheme. Hopefully we can become soulmates, and then I won't have to worry about anything, love-wise at least. The time has come to let my feelings toward Lady Jane be known. I want her to remember this day for the rest of her life. I think go with my gut in the moment. It's a good idea not to overplan these things. A declaration of love is for Lady Jane's eyes only. No one else matters. I pour my heart out, page after page, my feelings growing as I finally put them into words. The ink has barely dried as I set out for Jane's chambers. I gently placed a scroll on her bolster. Will she lay here tonight, dreaming of me? The waiting is unbearable. The thought of rejection makes me sick to my stomach. When her reply arrives, I tear the seal with shaken hands. Well, I cannot encourage you, Lord Jon. I am most grateful for your kind words. Yours faithfully, Jane. She will not resist my charms for long, lads. Right, so we're going to try and romance the wife. Hopefully we can become soulmates. We almost have 200 gold. We have 2 sons now. Who are bloody looking brilliant. You've already got 2 diplomacy. Edmure is actually going to be my heir, isn't he? Because he was born just a few minutes before his brother Walder here. Hopefully they don't cause any conflicts in the future, but we shall see. And of course, you guys do get to pick the names and education focuses. If you haven't done already, leave your suggestions in the comments below. Lady Jane, let me prove my devotion to you in any way you deem fit. Jane ponders the request for a while before her face lights up. I have been plagued by nightmares lately. If you are truly devoted to me, you will stand guard outside my chambers and make sure no evil reaches me. She will sleep undisturbed. We can become sleep deprived for 2 years. We could get a minor health penalty, but a small price to pay for love. The law of sleep claims me, and instead I have become sleep deprived for 5 years, and she lost opinion of me. Oh dear. I tried, lads. All you can do is try your best. Unfortunately, sometimes your best just isn't good enough, like here. Right, we have the 200 gold. The sheep pox has spread as well. Okay. Hopefully that's not near us. Now, what do we want first? Watermills or windmills? So they both give us 0.3 tax. They both give us 10% supply limit. This gives us plus 6% holding taxes, though. And it gives us more development growth. So I think we go for windmills first. Windmills are located in areas where the winds are usually the strongest, like on hills or by the coast. Unlike watermills, windmills are not stopped by the freezing of the rivers and can grind all year long. Let's build those. Do you know what I think would be cool is if you built a windmill and then a windmill showed on the map. Although I imagine with the amount of 3D assets on the map, I guess that would get quite laggy. But that would be extremely cool if we could do stuff like this. Sheep pox is spreading. Is it near me? No, we don't have any plagues near us. And Jane is pregnant again. We are getting the business done now, let's. I am attending a dance in Hammerford to spend time with Lady Jane. The mere thought of touching hands makes my heart jump. But when I arrive, I find her stuck in a conversation with Lord Lyman of Warnstand. Where is he situated? Down in the Reach. Ugh. The miserable man drones on and on, totally oblivious to Jane's discomfort. Okay. My charms should improve the conversation. And we get kindness. Scheme success chance. Yes, my charms will improve the conversation. Let's save my wife. She's getting a little bit bored with the fellow lord here. But we don't want to be too rude. Because we want to not make enemies. The less enemies we have as we build up our house, I think the better. We might not be the most ambitious person. But who knows? Maybe one of my future children will be, guys. I think it's okay to take a more slower diplomatic approach. That could be fun as well. My chancellor fails to handle vassals, and I lost 150 prestige because of this. There is no woman lonelier. Lonelier? I just insulted myself. Lovelier than Lady Jane. In her presence, my words often fail me. None of my compliments ever do her justice. Perhaps a carefully drafted poem would better capture her virtues. Ooh. I shall write about her fearlessness. I think she is very fierce. To the brave Lord Jon. Your eyes are like the glittering ocean. I have no other desire but to have you close. That I may know if your prowess carries off the battlefield, my darling Jon. She must have liked my poem. She has become charmed. Very nice. I just realized Oh, she's bisexual. Okay, so she still is kind of into me, which is nice. She's a little bit irritable. Hopefully we haven't annoyed her. That wouldn't be the best of things. And we have unlocked another diplomacy perk. If we get friendly counsel, each of your friend relations gives you 2 random skill points to the maximum of 5. Wow. So we now have... Our intrigue is a little bit better. I think everything is just a little bit better, actually. Yeah, intrigue is average now, but our diplomacy is 22. Even though it started very low, we are doing well for ourselves. When Lady Jane suggested a hunt, I did not hesitate to organize one. I would do anything for a mere glimpse of my beauty. I am stalking through the underbrush. My page at my heel, and my hound just ahead. It seems as if it has found a trail. And suddenly my concentration is shattered by a woman's scream. I am coming for you, my love. Hopefully we can save her and romance her. Within what must have been a minute, but felt like an hour, I reach a clearing. Jane is on the ground before me, disheveled and weaponless. Opposite her and just about to strike stands a huge stag. My arrow strikes true and the beast falls to the ground. For a moment, all Jane can do is stare, but then she stumbles towards me and throws herself into my arms. I need you, my love. Right here. And right now. We have become soulmates. What a beautiful story. I went from being just a peasant boy in the fields of Bloomfield, and now I travelled north to the Riverlands, and I have found true love in Jane Rivers from House Frey. We have already have 3 children together, and we're expecting a 4th soon. Who knows? It might be twins again. That would be something. Should I try and befriend another one of my council members? We could do that. So, what about my steward? I think it wasn't a very high chance, was it? 53%. Okay, that's a little bit better. Let's try and befriend the steward as well. I know they don't have the best stats, but I'm trying to keep powerful vassals on my council. It just generates a little bit of story. Another hunt. And it is my liege hosting. Greetings, my perceptive vassal. You are cordially invited to my hunt in the wilderness of Silverbeak. Together, we shall make a mighty sport of it. Now, I think we should definitely attend Lord Jason's hunt here. We definitely want to be on good terms with the Malisters, so let's join this. We have to leave within 24 days. Hopefully, we are not late to this one. We shouldn't need this. We will arrive in time. What I will do is we need someone... I think it's a forder we need. Yes, and it's only 1 medium chance of danger, which I think I can handle. We already got this XP here. We could go to the twins on the way back, pay our respects to the Freys, which I think we will do. So let's customize the route. And then after the hunt, I want to visit the twins. And then after the twins, let's visit Old Stones, because we can get a little bit of XP there as well. Just a small trip. Oh no, I undid it. Right. Let's redo that, guys. Oh dear. Hire a forder. And then customize the route. We want to go to the twins. And then I also want to visit Old Stones, the ruins. One day I would like to invest in restoring Old Stones. But right now we don't really have the money to do that. It's going to cost us 7 gold to go on this hunt. Well, I do think it would be worth it. So, let us set off. Wife, Jane. Hopefully, the child will not be born until my return. But if it is, I wish you a safe birth. My liege, Lord Jason, is hosting a hunt in Silverbeak, and time has come for us to depart. I should be able to proudly represent the House of Blackriver. It should be good sport if the event is properly organized. I cannot wait. Seaguard is a very well built up town, so I do have hope that my liege here will put on a good event. As we await the arrival of the rest of the guests, Lord Jason has started on the preparations. His gamekeepers check the wilderness each day for signs of quarry, while building a camp closer to the hunting grounds. I have checked my gear and horse many times. It won't be long now. Now, we do not have the best prowess, so I don't think slaying the beast would be good. But we could try and befriend Lord Jason here, my liege, which I think would be a very good idea. So let's try and befriend him and get on good terms with my liege, just so that he has nothing to worry about from me. And I have nothing to worry about from him either. And I've just received news via a scout on horseback. My soulmate, Jane, has given birth to another son. Let's call him Raymond for now. May you grow to be strong and wise, my son. I will rename these once I have read your comments from part 1, for sure. A big part of these series is having you guys name my children and picking the education focus. Master Gerald assembles the party as the sun rises over the camp in the wilderness near Silverbeak. The local gamekeepers have scoured the vicinity for recent tracks and fumes. While there is sadly no sign of a buck in the area, there are evidently plenty of hares. Ultimately, Lord Jason has decided he wants to hunt a hare today. Okay, let's get out there. I'm kind of here to make friends, but I will join in the hunt as well, of course. We got to pull in a little bit of effort. Waiting for word from the scent hounds. The party rests in a shaded copse. Jason stands not far off. This is my chance to impress him. Lord Jason, how are you? It's not often we get a chance to talk, I open informally. He seems surprised, but not hostile to my conversation. Ah. Do you know what? There is nothing better than a good hunt. Hopefully we can become friends. My words don't seem to have made much of an impact on Lord Jason, for he says nothing. Standing alone after he has moved on to chat with others, I feel foolish. Oh, he lost a little bit of opinion of me. Maybe I wasn't ambitious enough and a little too passive in my approach there. My acquaintance Mark is crouched down on the ground, humming cheerfully, picking roses. He appears to have lost all interest in the hunt. Lord, what a bounty of nature! Look at these plants! Truly, the wealth of earth knows no bounds. We do not appreciate these simple treasures enough. Lord Mark of House Alderdice. He is located in Seagard itself. Okay. Nice to see where all of these people are, of course. We can start to learn the local families and lords and build up some long-lasting relationships, I hope. Get back on your horse, though, my friend. We are here to hunt, of course. Let us not disappoint Lord Jason. My acquaintance, Lord Sebastian, is the first to spot its bounding legs. The swift Jack is hard to distinguish, but there's no doubt it's there, observing us through the leafy bushes. Lord Jason takes off after the beast, crying, "Come, it's getting away!" Let us go. We must chase the hare. It says it's more perilous, but how perilous can hunting a hare be? Surely not that much. The wary Jack is spent, already bitten by a hound. It squats in terror as the dogs close in, held in check by the futurers. Lord Jason takes aim as the party keep the exhausted hare in place, exhale, and loose. Arrow strikes true, and straight into the beast's heart. Good shot, my lord. What a shot. He has gained my respect today, and the hunt was a success. Which is very, very nice. We get 93 prestige, and we do gain a little bit of traits experience as well. I think that's it. Has to Ludo experience. We have become a hunter. There we go. We get prowess and more stress loss, which is nice. And we gained Venator experience over here. Right. Let us unpause. It is now time we visit the twins. Oh, bloody hell, we go fast. And in fact, we visited Oldstones, and now we have returned home. And now I get to greet my new son and my wife. As I hold him in my arms, I feel very blessed. 3 sons and a daughter. I am a very fortunate man. Did we marry Tilly off? We did. Okay. She is scarred. Wow. So she's actually scarred from that little meet Piers trip she went on. Which is a little bit unfortunate. Edmure and Walder have turned 1 year of age. And Raymond is still a newborn. Famine fever is spreading. That's okay, though. We can deal with that. So how long until the windmills get built? 3 years. Wow, that's quite a while, wasn't it? With my leave, my daughter Tilly and her wet nurse parade into my chamber. Liza poses like a herald and proclaims, "My liege, you witness a monumental occasion. Tilly has a mighty gift to offer to you. Go ahead, Tilly. Tell him. Father, I lost a tooth." Oh, wow. 5 gold. Here, Tilly. 5 gold to you. Give me your tooth, and then I will do a little bit of bartering, and we'll sell this to a tooth collector. And then we have 55 gold in the bank. Do we have court artifacts? No. Okay. For some reason, it said we had 2 artifacts here, and I was a little bit confused. What's this? A Liberty War? And it is against the Arryns. The Tullys here. Wait, Catelyn is Lord of the Riverlands? Catelyn Tully is Lord of the Riverlands? And she has decided to help Lord Jasper of the Vale here in his Liberty War. Okay. I mean, what are the numbers like? We won't get involved in this. 24,000 versus 18,000. They should win. But yet, Catelyn has inherited the Riverlands. We've got some interesting side lore here already. I very much like it. My efforts to ease the tension between Bennett and myself are hindered by the fact that he keeps condemning my lack of piousness. His attempts to sway me do little for my conviction. My friend, we can find other things to agree on. Let's not let this minor inconvenience get in the way of true friendship. We must become friends for the future of our lands. Oh, they're sieging stuff. Oh, please don't come and siege my lands, by the way. The Freys are sieging as well. Why are the Freys involved? Oh, they're in another war. They are in a liberty war against themselves, and they are outnumbered by 100 men. There's a lot of stuff going on at the moment, and we got loads of plagues happening as well. Nothing near us, though, which is rather fortunate. Right, I think that would be a good place to leave things today, lads. But first, we have made a friend. After learning that Bennett would be guesting at a manor in the castle of Tristan Keep, I realized I would be the perfect occasion to meet with him. At my request, I was seated next to him for the duration of dinner. We both had a great time. I was surprised at how much we had to talk about. By the time I left, it felt as though we had known each other for a lifetime already. Such a pleasant man. Before we wrap things up here, let us befriend. Can we befriend you again? Not yet. That's unfortunate. Right. Well, I think that maybe I try to befriend Lord Jason then. We do have a chance. If I could be on good terms with my liege, I would be very happy. But I think that's a good place to wrap up part 2, lads. Things are interesting. Robert is in charge of the Iron Throne, of course, with Lyanna as his queen. She now has a crown on as well. Very nice. The Reach is still owned by Mace Tyrell. Dawn belongs to Princess Ariane, who is actually possessed. Wait, how did Prince Doran die? He died from the pox. Wow. The Westerlands. Tyrion became Lord Paramount of the Westerlands. Wow. This is a very cool alternate storyline. Lord Balon is in charge of the Iron Islands. Catelyn Tully is in charge of the Riverlands. Lord Jasper of the Vale there. And the North is still controlled by Lord Eddard Stark. Some very interesting stuff. But that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you for watching as always. And I will see you next time.